Good evening. William Min here, 1799. Glad you could drop by. See, Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, S397, passed in 2005. There's a law. If you like this video, share it, subscribe, leave a little comment down below, hit the little subscribe button, help me out here. Okay, let's talk into this a little bit. Democrats don't care about the law. They don't. You have the Mexican government who claims that the firearms from this country, from the FFLs and the manufacturers, are killing their people. Okay. So we have a lawsuit with 13 states, 13 attorney generals, going to sue our manufacturers out of business. And the anti-gunners are all part of that. Makes them warm and fuzzy inside, doesn't it? But there's a point to this that I like to share. We have this mass migration coming in our country. But we need to take laws against you, the law-abiding citizen. What do I mean by that? More gun control, more red flag laws, more background checks, restrictions 18 to 21. Remove weapons of war, so they claim. And the irony of this contest is their people are dying because of the manufacturers, the FFLs. Now, I find this very strange, and I'm going to explain why. We have a mass migration at that border, but yet government wants to sit there and put red flag laws to take away your firearms, ban your firearms, your magazines, the whole 9 yards. And they don't like the Supreme Court's decisions neither, based on firearms. But since they want to allow their people to come across our border, which is bringing death, drugs, gang recruiters, child rapists, kidnappers, slave traders, it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We want more gun control. Meanwhile, what they want to do to us, you as American citizens, by the way, are having your Bill of Rights being stripped through your fingers by all these goofy laws that the politicians make against you. They're aiding a government to sue manufacturers and put many, many people out of business or out of jobs. And that's okay. Anti-gun people love it. That's what they want. Politicians what they want. But when it comes to the drug trafficking and people dying in our country, it tells us about the murders, the rapes, the gangs, home invasions, kidnappings, child slavery, etc., etc., etc. It does not come to their mind. So you ask yourself a question, where does any of this make any sense? Well, that's the whole point of it. None of it does. None of it does because here's the thing. We're going to allow this to go because their government will not stop these people coming in our country at the border. And our government wants to allow them to come into the border. Which is aiding and abetting criminals to do what they want to do. People dying of drugs, people getting knifed, people get attacked, and the whole 9 yards. And they don't really address those issues. They don't. They address gun laws. They address these gun laws repeatedly over and over again. We need to ban AR-15s. We can't stop the mass slaughter. We can't do this. We can't do that. We need to ban these weapons of war. Meanwhile, that government in Mexico is allowing their criminals to come across our border to do the damage to our people. And to add salt to this wound is by suing our manufacturers and putting many people out of business. Not just one gun industry, all of the gun industries. Because once they can just do what they want, because the Democrats allow them to do it, it aids more power to their anti-gun rhetoric. Now, I find the problem here is, if you're allowing drug dealers and the criminals and all this stuff coming in our country, and the politicians know about it, another thing talking about is more gun control, and these anti-gun organizations support these politicians that allow this to come in our country, that allows that Mexican comer to come into our country, but we need more gun control. How in the hell does that make any sense? There's no sense here. Common sense says no government in the world will allow this to happen, supposedly. But here, in this point, there is no common sense. It's all about political power. It's all about getting me elected. So allow these people to come into this country. We'll give them all the power they need to re-elect us in office again. We need to make sure that people don't vote people like Trump in our office. We'll make sure that the Republican Democrats hold what individuals we want up here to be president. And we'll point to, we think this one, we want you to vote for this guy, he's a Republican, but that guy, he's a Democrat, but he votes for us. Or, you know, whatever. And that's okay. That's fine. But we want your gun. Anti-gun people are all for it. So, the point here is, you're allowing criminals in our country, anti-gun people support you in allowing these people in our country to do all this against American citizens. Does anybody figure this makes any sense? Does anybody really see any into this besides myself? We should be suing that Mexican government over there. But these politicians won't do that. Oh no. The UN will stop us. Oh, you can't do that. But it's all right to sue us. It's all right to let them run through our country. It's all right to let them bring their drugs and their gangs and whatever into our country. That's fine. But we need more gun control. And the UN wants the United States to put more gun control. Now, what part of this makes any sense? Your sons, your daughters, your family members are in jeopardy. From home invasions to murder, to rapes, carjackings, so forth, and kidnapping, human trafficking, sex slave. That's all fine. We're all for that. And we need more gun control. We got to get the weapons of war off the streets. And my thinking is, why are you supporting these people? You American gun owners should be putting your foot down and say, oh, whoa, stop right here. You anti-gun people should be exposed for what you believe in. You want anti-gun? Fine, but you support these politicians that allow this to come in our country? You should be putting your foot down. Exposing all these politicians. Get them out of office. Expose these anti-gun groups. Show them what kind of people are, because they support this, what's coming across that border, which they are. But they want to strip you of your constitutional rights. They want to strip you of your Bill of Rights, but not stop those people at the border. When that Mexican government does not stop there, and our government allows them in, what part of this makes any sense? But we need more gun control. We've got to stop the mass slaughter. But we have a solution. You just don't want to follow it. Because you just want to ban everything. You want to give money to other countries that hate us. And organizations that don't do anything. People, you need to yank these anti-gun groups to show them out in the light. And I mean, literally open up the can of worms of what they are, because they support what comes across that border by supporting these politicians who allows this to come across that border. That makes laws against you, the American citizen. But they call you criminals because you believe in the Bill of Rights, you believe in the Constitution, you believe that we are a constitutional republic. No, they want you to believe we're a democracy. Democracy is a collective. Under the Bill of Rights, we are a constitutional republic because it protects you, the rights of the individual. You. But the problem now is they don't want you to believe that. McCarthy comes up with this outrageous bill that is the toughest in the nation. You could have done that years ago. So we grandstand behind the podium, we talk about this bill, which I think is a real joke, and it's a bunch of pumped money into it, and then what did it do? The only way that's going to be stopped is the people who need to stand up and expose this garbage. Republicans and Democrats, I could care less either side. I vote for, I think the individuals can do the job. That's why I voted for Trump. But guess what? Oh, he's a criminal, we're going to make him a criminal. That's something totally different. But there's a lot to this. That didn't happen 4 years ago, but it's happening today. And we want your rights. We're going to allow these people to come into our country. You political parties and you anti-gun organizations, you vote these people in. You support these people. You support the drugs that are coming in that country. You support the rapists that are coming in that country. You support everything of criminal activity that these anti-gun groups support. Because you support these politicians, that's all they care about is firearms and Trump. That's all they care about. They need to be exposed. The people of this country, there's 300, or I'd say more, 400 more firearm people in here in this country, and probably 100 million of them are probably unregistered firearms. But that's something I'm saying. Because here's the thing. They are after us, we should turn around and go after them. Plain and simple. Expose them. Open them up. Expose these anti-gun organizations. Bring them out in the light. You support this stuff? Guess what? You should pay for it. They need to be brought out to the light. Because they support all this is going on. And they support stripping you of your constitutional rights. Don't let them do it. Don't let them get away with this. Push this nonsense out our borders. Till then, keep your friends and family close and do not be afraid to defend yourselves, and I'll catch you around.